Archangel Michael, with Steve Beckow, on heart openings. In a personal reading I had with him on November 5, 2016 through Linda Dillon, I asked Archangel Michael to discuss heart openings. The topic tends to be misunderstood. In the course of the discussion, he tells us new things about the heart, that it has several apertures, not just the hridayam that Vedantists describe. That's entirely new to me. He tells us that a heart opening is not determined by length of time meditating, but depth of meditation. Thanks to Linda Dillon for our reading and to Dana for our transcript. Begin reading. Steve, question. The precipitate, the big question that presents itself to me and I would hope to others, but I don't know about that, is how to open the heart, because for me, when my heart opened some time ago, life completely changed. It was a total shift. I was, well, certainly in a higher state. I don't know if I was in a higher dimension. And how can others open their hearts, and how can it be discussed? Because people, when you talk about this, they think, quote, I'm close-hearted. I'm not compassionate, end quote, and of course I'm not saying anything of the sort. So can you help me with that whole question? How does a person open their heart? Archangel Michael answers. Yes, it is not a matter of being, in your current terminology, close-hearted. What it is heart opening and expansion into heart awareness, into the love. Let us make it very simple. Heart opening is simply an expansion or a shift into the deeper, broader, higher connection with love. It is the connection, and the participation in that connection, to all. Now, I wish, yes I do wish, that I could give you the 2-minute answer. Do A, B, C and D and you will be there. But it is not like that, and one of the reasons. And by the way, you are in a higher state of consciousness, higher state of being, in yes, in a higher dimensionality as well. They are very interconnected, not completely aligned but interconnected. But it doesn't matter, because what happens is people become obsessed with both the mechanics, the layers, I am in the 5th, I am in the 8th. It matters not. Archangel Michael continues, let us start with, are you in or out of the love? Now what makes it a process and an undertaking, almost what you can think of as a sacred agreement for union, is the element of free will. Human beings and many other species have this belief that they only exercise their free will when they do this or that, when they decide or choose this or that. But in fact, other than some autonomic presets, every element of your existence brings free will into practice. If you do not make the decision, the choice, the act of will, if you would, the choice to proceed and to be the love, and to use that almost as a constant litmus test, then there is a tendency to simply go on autopilot, and unfortunately this is the case for much of the human race. There is not the balance between the heart and soul, core existence desire for love, and the mental emotional autopilot. We aren't even saying it is choice. It is simply as if you are driving on preset. If you do not work, and by work I mean meditate, be still, receive as well as give the energies and welcome them and then work with them, implement the love, then that sense of expansion either becomes like a closed door or a revolving door. And sweet one, what you often have felt, is that it has been a revolving door that, I'm in. I'm out. I'm in. I'm out. So, if we can use the word heart, the apertures of the heart have many openings. And you have recently even discussed and talked about some of this. But very often what is happening is that again, it becomes a dimensionality wars. It becomes, am I using this portion of my aperture? Am I using that portion of my aperture? And the point is that you are using all the activation points. That is how you enter into the love and stay there. When you are in, and it can be, we can call it meditation, but we simply mean when you allow yourself to be in a state of beingness, of stillness, of oneness, that is the indicator, the flashing red light, or green light, to the entire universe that you are still, that you are ready to align, that you're open to receive and become a transmitter, a vessel of nothing but love. And you have had those moments of full awareness awakening where you have begun, Because it is a beginning, not even a middle, to touch that sense of the all. That is the easiest, most proficient way. Now I say this and I can hear many of you say, but I meditate for 20 minutes a day, I meditate for an hour a day. It is not determined necessarily by what humans think of as a time span. It is going deeper and higher for some, and on some days you are able to reach the state of quietude. Yes, the channel's term is spaciousness. You are able to reach this rather rapidly, whereas other days it may take hours. It may take days. But if you remain in it, it will happen. But what happens for so many, and can you imagine saying this to the father mother one, oh, I have an appointment, I've got to get going, I don't have time for you. I don't have time to find the totality of why I'm here, the entire meaning of existence. I'll have to get back to you on that. So the decision that the autopilot of your life is more important than the love, the expectation that busy work is more important than connecting with all, defeats it. So there has need to be a willingness, and dare I say, a discipline practice of taking the time, the energy, the room to create with all your apertures, that sense of connection. Now you do not need to know, now I am connecting this, now I am connecting that. It is simply being, and it is eliminating the mental chatter. How you know you've entered into that space is when the mental chatter ceases. You say to me, but, Michael, we all have our lives, our families, our duties to attend to. And I agree and I understand, but where is the priorities of what you are doing with your life? That is the eternal patience of the mother. When you create a ritual and a practice, not only to enter into the love, but your real question is to stay in the love. And you have experienced this, my friend, my brother. When you emerge from that place of silence where everything is, you carry that then into your life, and everything you do and say and hence experience is in alignment with the love. Your acts of will, your acts of creation, your participation in joy, your giving of joy, your receiving of joy. It is all coming from the place of the love. So there has need to be as an act of will, the decision and the practice. A decision without implementation is meaningless, to truly pursue and to commit to being in the sacred space of love. There are many who say, well, I never feel it. I haven't been there. And what I am saying is to get rid of the mental and emotional debris and come back and sit with us. You will know it. Is this clear? I know it is an abbreviated conversation, sweet one, but is it clear? Steve, well, I thought it was a very rich conversation, which I will pour over in transcript form. I'm looking forward to it immensely. Thank you for all those leads in there. And I do get the importance of beingness, stillness. Thank you. Archangel Michael. You're welcome, my friend.